Welcome to a video about the UD3 upgrade and the specific changes to the patient portal. The first thing I'd like to walk you through is the contextual enrollment statuses. Some of the updates for the patient portal are going to make your job enrolling and verifying the enrollment of patients much easier. First, we'll notice that if you see this icon, the enrollment's completed. This icon indicates that the patient is not enrolled. The enrollment for this patient is pending. This patient's enrollment is complete, however, they've locked out their account. And this patient has deferred or declined to enroll. Let's go over to NextGen and let's just take a look at a mom. So we're going to search for a test patient and we're going to add some dependents of their various ages. I'm going to say no to the new encounter, and the first thing that you're going to notice is you see a change to the patient information bar. We're going to cover all the new changes in a later video. For this video, I'm going to point out that we now have an icon by Patient Portal, and that icon is going to indicate to me that this patient's not enrolled. Now I want to remind everybody that a parent who wants to enroll their children does not necessarily have to be a patient at El Rio. We can create their globe so that they can then have their dependents listed under them. But now here is the latest, greatest feature on Patient Portal that I think you'll be pretty happy about. I know what this contextual status means, which means they're not enrolled. But if I just simply click on that icon, I can access the Patient Portal enrollment pop-up. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to put in an email for this parent. And I'm going to click on New Token. This system will indicate that I have generated the new token, and then I'm going to click on this red X, which is a no-no. So the first thing I want to point out to you is that the system now will warn you if you are about to close out using the red X or the cancel and not save your changes. It says here I have elected to cancel. All changes will be lost. Are we sure we want to do that? And I'm going to say no. So all I have to do is say OK. All my changes are saved. Note, the status now says pending. Again, I'm going to click on it. Don't you just love that? Next, I'm going to add a dependent. Here's another feature that's changed. When I click on Add a Dependent, I get a new pop-up. So don't get confused. Let me explain this new pop-up for you. There's only two things that you need to do at this time. One is you're going to search for your patient. So I have my patient's medical record. And now I'm going to locate my patient. Double click. I see my patient's name, and the next thing I want to do is I want to set an access level. So this access level has to do with how much information the parent can see. I want to drop down this custom and I want to go to child. Now notice we have two roles, 0 to 12 and 12 to 18. At this time, if I highlight the 0 to 12 and save and close, you'll notice this access role for this child based on their age, which is 4, is now telling us that this parent has full access to the patient's medical record. Do want to change the email address since this is not the correct one. Make sure you have the correct email address. And again, if I attempt to either say cancel or use the red X, please don't do that. It will stop me and say I'm about to lose all my changes. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to click update. I have successfully updated the email. Not only that, I have added my dependent. So let's add one more. I'm going to go up here to the top and I'm going to add dependent. And again, I get my new add new dependent. I'm going to search for a person and I'm going to search for my patient. Next, I'm going to locate my patient by medical record. And here we go. Oops, wrong one. Right here. And then I'm going to click on my access profile. And this is a child. But now we'll notice that this child is a little bit older, and in fact 16. I'm going to highlight the 12 to 18, save and close. Now you'll notice it changed the access role that the parent is allowed for this child. Because this child is 12 to 18, not enrolled because I am not going to add mom's email address, and mom is not allowed any access. We are hoping this will help with the confusion on the parent side in getting their children enrolled in the patient portal. Now that I've added my 2 children, I'm going to click OK. And it says I do not have an email address for the ZZZ portal, ZZZUD3. I'm not going to worry about that because I don't want to put mom's email address for the 16-year-old. I'm going to say yes, I want to continue. Now you'll notice we still have a pending status. And until that mom completes her enrollment, it will not change to completed. Now let's take a look at a patient who is enrolled in the patient portal. And I can tell by their icon at the top that they are enrolled. And if I hover, I can see the last time they logged in. One click will launch the patient portal enrollment. And I can see I have a mom and I have 4 children. And if I look at this last child, they're not enrolled as a child, although they say child, but they do not appear in the access. If I wanted to add them, I could right-click, open, and then add them to whichever profile they fit. Now obviously when they're over 18 years old, we are not going to add them to a profile, nor would we add them to mom's email. So I'm going to save and close. There is no indicator, but we are complete, and I'm going to say OK. That completes this portion of the patient portal UD3 upgrade. Thank you.